Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I Am Wrestling Live from the world-famous KnokX Pro domain. I am Dan, the Cold One Brady, joined by my broadcast partner, as always, the man that puts G in Gordon solely, Dan Antioni. Dan, how are you this evening?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Dan, we had a crazy match here last week, and we've got a ton of action for you tonight as well. We have a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match starting, and then we're finishing off with a hardcore match. So for those of you at home who can't do math, much like the man to my right, we're going to see at least 3 falls, potentially 4, and it's going to be an insane night of wrestling action right here at I Am Wrestling. Dan, you excited?
Yeah, unbelievably excited. And I don't know who told you I hated algebra, but I'm a big probability and statistics guy. And I can tell you without a doubt, there will probably be nothing but fantastic action all night long. We present to you a lucha libre tag team match to start things off. And it's not any normal tag team match. No. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match with a lot of grudge and a lot of hate filled back and forth. We've got Lestat Blanco. We've got Harlekin, Chaz Herrera. We've got Lestat here tonight.
Yep.
If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get this thing rolling.
Absolutely. I don't want to wait another second. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's roll. Introducing first, from Mexico City, Mexico, standing 5'7", he weighed in tonight 180 pounds, Latico Blanco.
Yep. Latico Blanco making his way to the ring right now, but him and Chaz Herrera, his tag team partner, I've heard some rumbling that these two men do not get along. So it's going to be interesting to see how they operate as a team.
Do you see that world title across his shoulder? Latico means business, is all I'm going to say. That man right there you see in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, is a world champion. He isn't afraid to tell you about it either. Going off what you said, however, him and Chaz are not friends. They have agreed to work together tonight. However, that sometimes strange bedfellows don't always work, so we're in for a treat tonight. They're going to have to put their egos aside and try and get along for at least a little while this evening.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see how the two of them match up together. I mean, you know, me and you don't like each other, but we do pretty well, I'd like to say. I know I carry the team a lot of the times, but it's okay. You do your part as well. And that might be the situation here tonight with this tag team matchup.
I agree with you. Well, let's keep it going. Introducing next, standing 5'7", weighing 215 pounds, Chaz Herrera.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Chaz Herrera. This guy is fluent in so many different styles of wrestling. He's an absolute savant in the ring, and I'm excited for you all to see him tonight. But again, this tag team match, and again, the athleticism on display right there, but this tag team match is going to come down to a war of egos between these two teams. Can these teams respectively get along? Dan, your thoughts?
My thoughts are that he's a lot bigger than 5'7". He's actually 6 foot. He towers over Latico Blanco. Yeah. But again, it's all going to be about putting it behind him and working for the better cause. But they've got 2 guys in front of them. One of them is the current tag team champion. Let's talk about it. Introducing next, from Mexico, weighing 175 pounds, he is Lestat.
Yeah, and then kind of got the same situation here with Lestat and Harlekin as you do on the opposing team. These two do not like each other. Again, like we said at the beginning of this broadcast, a lot of bad blood combining here tonight in the ring, not only across teams, but within teams. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how each dynamic plays out.
Lestat is a man of mystery. Lestat comes here to us tonight as a reigning and defending tag team champion. Tag team wrestling is his specialty. Tonight, he's got another partner that he doesn't really get along with. But again, is he able to put the ego aside for a little bit and work with Harlekin? We've seen Harlekin here before. He is vicious. He's angry. He's a raging bull in that ring. And I can promise you, if those two work cohesively together, Latico and Chaz are in for a long night.
Yeah, I mean, you said it great right there. Like, there's just going to be a lot to watch for here in this matchup right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Introducing Lestat's partner, however, standing 5'11", weighing in at 205 pounds, we have Harlekin.
Yep. There it is. Again, like I said before, the final piece of the puzzle here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And what you have is one screwed up concoction right there in that ring. We've told you the story already. It's going to be absolute ego, chaos, and who is going to be able to put their egos aside in order to get the W here tonight? That's the story of this match right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's tell what we know already. We've seen Harlekin, we've seen Chaz. They went to war in a 2 out of 3 falls match just 3 weeks previous to him.
Yeah.
And they tore the house down. Tonight, they bring in Latico Blanco and Lestat. Although on opposite sides of the ring, we're going to see, again, who can really put it behind him, and let's get this thing going. Our referee in charge, AJ Macias, when he's ready, we're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited to see how this plays out. I mean, again, wrestling thrives off drama, and what you are going to have in this ring is drama, ladies and gentlemen. There's athleticism, there's everything you could want, but again, it's all going to come down to ego.
Well, look who we're starting with. All right. Latico, we see you.
Exactly.
He has certainly announced himself to the I Am Wrestling audience at home.
Yeah, and even though he's not starting off in this match, he wants to be heard. He wants to be seen.
Absolutely.
You see it right there.
We hear at KnokX Pro preach it. Access, opportunity, exposure. And Latico Blanco, this is your opportunity.
Yeah, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 out of 3 falls. And again, a lot of combustible elements in this ring tonight. I'm going to see. Wow.
Little showmanship there, huh?
Yeah, tit for tat.
Well, anything you can, I can do better.
And there you go.
I tell myself that about you all the time. Anything you do, I always do it better.
I don't know about that one, but a little bit of handshake showmanship right there. Lock up. Boom. Chaz Herrera trying to get control early on in this matchup. And look, he told me earlier he's got a brain on his ring gear because he claims, and I've seen this man work before, I can validate this, he treats wrestling like a game of chess. Very calculated in the ring, very cold. You're not going to always see a lot of flashiness when it doesn't matter. And boom.
What's interesting is the smaller guy got off to the hot start there.
Yeah.
Chaz towers over Lestat.
Yeah.
He's the bigger guy. He weighs a little more, so he could really use that to his advantage. The strength advantage is there for Chaz to expose a little bit there, but Lestat started out strong and fast.
Yeah, and Latico Blanco's got to be chomping at the bit to get in the ring because the man who's standing right next to Chaz Herrera right now is the man that took Latico Blanco's mask. That's Lestat. That happened back in 2012. So, again, a lot of history in the ring tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. Lots and lots of bad blood. On both sides of the ring, I don't think either of the teams truly like one another, but it's all going to come back to what we spoke previously about, which is, again, putting the egos to bed for a couple minutes and really working together.
Yeah.
Lestat kind of gaining back some composure a little bit there. The athleticism of Chaz Herrera, we could go on for hours about it. It was clearly on display there, spun him right out of the ring.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, he's not going to do any wasted motion. He's going to try and get the job done any way possible. Ooh, man.
Folks, if you're unfamiliar with the Lucha Libre style, Lucha Libre actually translated in English as free fight.
Another pin. Oh, wow.
And when I think free fight, I think Chaz Herrera. He's not here to play games. Like you said, he's here to play chess. He's here to fight.
Wow. Lestat showing Chaz Herrera how he feels. And both men making the tags. 2 fresh men in the ring. Harlekin making sure that the fans at home know to chant his name.
I agree. Both of these gentlemen definitely want to make sure they're taking the most of their opportunity presented in front of them.
Wow, and I told you right there, Latico Blanco and Lestat do not get along. The reason that man does not have a mask. Yeah, exactly. And again, the reason that Latico Blanco does not wear a mask is because Lestat took it back in 2012. So again, that's 8 years ago. There's a lot of tension here tonight.
And those unfamiliar with Lucha Libre, the mask means everything. That is something that is sacred within Lucha Libre. So when you take another man's mask, you're taking his pride away. You're taking his joy. You're taking a piece of him with you in a match like that.
Yeah, and Chaz Herrera trying to get involved there on the action. Again, pushing Harlekin. I mean, you got 4 men who just hate each other. That's plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, kind of similar to what I said about Chaz Herrera. Harlekin's the bigger guy here. He's able to really use that weight advantage, but the speed, the athleticism of Latico Blanco right there on full display.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, Latico Blanco showing why he's in this ring tonight, showing why he's been so dominant over the last couple decades in the ring.
100%. He's a world champion for a reason. He's showing us here tonight why.
Man. Harlekin with a nice takedown. Now submission maneuver, trying to pull apart those legs.
Put a little strain on those hamstrings is what we say in the South.
There you go. I'm sure you've never done that to anyone.
Well, I've strained my hamstring, just not that one.
And Harlekin
Looks like
showboating
Blanco might be a little
bit.
shook up there, a little hurt. That maneuver was clearly effective.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, good for Harlekin. And again, showing a little bit of confidence right there. Oh, man.
Oh, might have been playing a little possum.
Definitely. And then going for, Latico Blanco going for a submission of his own.
Now that's straining the lower back of Harlekin right there.
Yeah, oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Putting all that pressure on the lower back of Harlekin.
And leg. That calf muscle's being
Good grief.
stretched out right there. Jeez.
The one thing that I love most about Lucha Libre Wrestling is the innovation. You see things you don't see every Tuesday. And tonight we are very fortunate to see four of the very best putting on a display for us here. For all of you at home, the I Am Wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said it best. A lot of athleticism going to be shown here tonight. And again, this is 2 out of 3 falls. Both teams are starting off pretty slow, trying to, make sure that they're not wasting any energy because this is all about conservation. You got to last all 3 falls if it goes that far. And ooh, Harlekin with a vicious chop right there. And another one following it up.
Well, we saw that the last time Harlekin was here. He doesn't mince shots. He makes sure they land, and they land hard.
Those definitely landed hard. Some pinning.
Folks, don't blink. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best, Dan. Cannot blink right now because there's just action, arm drags, and everything.
Absolutely incredible, folks.
And boom. Wow.
I love them. I've said this before. They remind me of flyweights in the UFC. They're 2 hummingbirds fighting in a phone booth. You just can't keep up.
Yeah, whatever you just said there, I kind of agree with. I don't know about hummingbirds, though, because these men are definitely not that. They're vicious competitors, and they're going to do anything that they can to pick up this first win. I mean,
look out, look out, look out, look out!
Oh, wow. And both men down. Wow, and then 2 illegal men going back in the ring. Wow. Chaz Herrera got caught right there.
Lestat took him up and over.
Exactly. Didn't realize it. Boom. There it is. The brilliance of Chaz Herrera.
Ooh.
Boom. And wow,
he got it. The winner of the first fall, Chaz Herrera.
Look.
And Latico Blanco.
And what I wanted to say was Chaz Herrera told me before this match started that he plays chess, and you saw that right there, ladies and gentlemen. Calculated movements, and that's what's won the first fall.
That was fantastic, and I couldn't agree with you more, Dan. That was very good ring awareness by Chad Herrera to take advantage of the moment. Lestat thought he took him up and over, folks. And that's, again, the Lucha Libre. You got to keep up. Your eyes in the back of your head. That was phenomenal ring awareness by Chaz Herrera.
Yeah, and there you go. Now Chaz Herrera's team just has 1 more fall to get, and this match is over. I mean, right now, Lestat and Harlekin have to be, reconfiguring and figuring out how they are going to get this match back because they have a tall task ahead of them right now. They have to get 2 pins, 2 submissions, or any combination of the 2 to win this match. I mean, it's stacked against them right now.
Yeah, well, the pressure certainly is up now on that team. Absolutely. I could not agree with that. And it looks like Harlekin's going to start off this time. He's telling Lestat, take a backseat ride for a moment. Let me go after Chaz because we know from previous encounters here at I Am Wrestling, the bad blood is certainly there between those 2.
Definitely. And I want to touch on... Oh, wow.
Latico Blanco going right after him again.
Chaz Herrera stepped out of the ring. Latico Blanco and Harlekin right now getting after it.
Well, like you mentioned previously, certainly the pressure is on Harlekin now to really wear down the world champion that is Latico Blanco.
Yeah, I mean, this match is right now. It's all about trying to even the score and make that 3rd fall as important as it usually is. But the story of the match is that might not get that far. Ooh. With another shot like that, it will not get that far.
You're absolutely correct. Again, Latico Blanco could certainly catch Harlekin off guard here and end it right here, right now.
Yeah, and Latico Blanco with a beautiful Hurricanrana right there. I mean, these men are just tough and agile, and that's a deadly combination. Boom.
Folks, if you enjoy what you're seeing, don't hesitate to give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at KnokX Pro.
Man, and wow! Latico Blanco taking both men down. Oh, man.
Absolutely fantastic work we're seeing right here tonight,
and the numbers game caught up to Latico Blanco. You cannot fight 2 men without 2 men fighting back, and 2 men is always going to beat 1.
Look out here.
Wow. Brilliant athleticism, though.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Little miscommunication there.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about these two teams that hate each other and which team is going to be able to outweigh the hate with a love for victory.
I am absolutely floored by the athleticism and the work rate that these four gentlemen are working at tonight. You do not see this kind of work rate every single week.
Monaco Blanco, again, I don't think the referee saw it, but he was pulling on that rope. Ooh.
Stiff shot to the back of the shoulder blade.
Jeez, and
Good
those...
grief.
Yeah, those two men have a lot of history together, as we said before. But Lestat just laying out Monaco Blanco with that kick right there.
Listen, that kick could turn everything around here. That was stiff
Yeah.
on the money.
Oh, man.
And more miscommunication.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good for that team right there.
Harlekin's a ring veteran. You saw that trip right there? He pays attention. He knows exactly where he's at and took care of business right then and there.
Yeah, and Dan, they've got to win 2 falls. I mean, at the end of the day, they have to do whatever it takes in this fall to keep this matchup going, and boom. Just vicious 2-on-1 beatdown right now.
Yeah, I got to tell you, referee AJ Macias needs to kind of gain control of Harlekin and Lestat. I feel like they're coming in and out without the tags. They're playing in those stiff shots again. Here we go.
But they're desperate men. They need this fall to stay alive in this match. So I condone it. This has to happen. If the ref's letting it happen, go for it. That just means you want to win more.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not going to disagree with you, but what I will tell you is those chops sound bad on video. You have no idea unless you're here joining us live. It is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, Chaz Herrera right now just being beaten down 2-on-1. And look, at this rate, Lestat and Harlekin are not going to have a difficult time evening up these odds.
This is a beatdown. This is a mugging, folks.
Look, Chaz, smart, getting out of the ring and trying to gain his composure. But now his partner's back in the ring, and he's going to suffer that same 2-on-1 attack that Chaz just suffered.
And for those that are unfamiliar, in lucha libre style matches, it's a 20 count on the outside, not a 10, and a traditional 10 count either.
Great point right there. Oh, man. Harlekin, great elbow drop right there.
To the point that you made earlier, it's clear the pressure's on Harlekin and Lestat right now. The aggression has picked up. The shots are much more stiff, and they're on the money.
Yeah.
There's no wasted movements.
Man. Yeah, I mean, these men get paid to win, and now they are trying to win. They have to win. They have to win this fall, or it's lights out for their team.
Could not agree more.
Chaz Herrera getting in the ring. You saw he was a little bit hesitant there because he knew what the outcome was going to be.
You know, another observation is how the teamwork has also picked up. You know, less miscommunication between Harlekin and Lestat. They seem to be working much more together as opposed to working individually as they did to begin the match.
Yep, great point, and desperation brings out the teamwork clearly right now. And they've just been dissecting each individual competitor, and it's a brilliant game plan to not only pick up this fall, but the next fall, because they've worn these two down so much.
Yeah, and you wonder if that's what it is inflict as much damage as you can now, get the fall here, so the third fall isn't as long, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, Harlekin, once again, letting you folks at home know that he is here at I Am Wrestling Live. Every Tuesday night, we'll be here.
Jeez. Harlekin just manhandling Chaz Herrera right now. And if I were either of them, I'd go for a pin to try and even up that fall disadvantage that they're facing right now.
Well, here's my thought process. Maybe they're not going for a pin right now because of the bitterness, because of the bad blood that it is. We know Harlekin and Chaz Herrera hate each other. We know Lestat and Latico Blanco do not like each other. So maybe that's where it is. A little of that ego is shining through.
Great point. But again, I mean, this has been the story of this second fall. Lestat and Harlekin just beating whichever opponent is in the ring, and they're doing 2-on-1.
Well, it was Lestat starting to tell us that he's also here live at I Am Wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you've been watching this match for the last 10 minutes, you know who both these men are, and you know how dangerous they can be.
We're at the high rent district here. Watch out.
Lestat going out. Oh, man.
Big time hurricane.
And how much more can they take?
Go for a cover. 1, 2, 3. That's it. He just pinned the world champion.
Boom. So there you go.
Your winners of the second fall, Lestat and Harlekin. And they're going right after Chaz.
Brilliant game
wasting
plan.
No time.
Brilliant game plan here. And take the fall. Don't let up on the gas. And, wow, a double submission hold right here. And Chaz must be, oh,
I think what he's doing, he's straining those hamstrings. You saw the effectiveness of that submission move early on when he's applied it to Latico Blanco.
Wow, and I think Chaz tapped out right there.
Did Chaz tap out?
I don't know, but this is a vicious beatdown we're seeing by Harlekin right now. I mean, man, ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable.
I didn't see the tap. He may have tapped out there, but I think they hadn't rang the bell for the third and final fall.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's what happened there. Is they jumped the gun, and the ref did not ring the bell for the third and final fall.
look, it was a brilliant,
Wait a minute.
brilliant
What's going on
game
here? Maybe you were right. I think you were right. I think he tapped.
Yeah, he did. And brilliant game plan by Lestat and Harlekin.
Wow.
They knew what they had to do. They could not let up on the gas. And as soon as they were in a precarious position of losing one fall, they did not lose their teamwork or their will to win for 1 second. I mean, that was a really, really impressive showing.
Well, the referee's checking on Chaz here. I believe that I was right the first time. There wasn't a tap. Yes, okay, so this is the third fall. Little miscommunication at home, folks. We certainly apologize. But they did jump the gun there. The referee had not rang the bell for the third and final fall. This is going to be the third and final fall. Once again, folks, the match is not over by any stretch of the imagination. He did not tap out. Harlekin and Lestat jumped the gun before the ref rang the bell for the third and final fall. So, folks, keep your seatbelts on. Do not leave. We are still going live.
Dan,
we are live and in color.
Let me cut you off right there. Lestat and Harlekin, they had a tap out. They should be the victors in this match right now. And as far as I'm concerned, this is now the fourth fall. I mean,
come on.
Those two men.
You cannot be serious.
Yeah, okay? I am serious.
Listen, the referee's in charge for a reason, Dan. I know that you like to kind of bend the rules just a tad bit, but come on. The guy's in charge. He made the call. This is the third and final fall.
Look, I'm not bending the rules at all. I saw what I saw, and I saw a tap out. Harlekin and Lestat are the winners of the match.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you. Most of the time I find ways to agree with you. There is no agreement in my body whatsoever. But let's get back to the action, shall we? Once again, the aggressiveness, the vicious strikes of Lestat right to the jawline of Chaz Herrera.
Exactly. I mean, wow. Oh, no. No.
Implosion coming?
No.
What's going on here?
No. Okay. Boys, keep your heads together. You can't let up on the gas right now. You've been winning this whole match. Boom, Chaz Herrera throwing him off. And oh, man.
Big knee strike right there by Harlekin.
Yeah, I mean, Chaz was trying to get some momentum right there. The Harlekin not letting up.
Listen, that's Harlekin's problem right there. Those stiff shots right to the chest. They do not hurt. They hurt like hell.
Big chop right there. Oh, going for that pinfall. Oh. And there you go.
Blanco
Blanco.
Chaz?
What? Oh, no!
Another miscommunication by the world champion, Latico Blanco and Chaz Herrera there. Latico looks frustrated. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I mean, he just kicked his partner. I'd be frustrated too. Brilliant strategy by Lestat and Harlekin. Just watching this
absolutely. Let the other team implode in front of him.
Yep, absolutely.
Look out. Lestat with a big drop kick there.
Yep. Absolutely. Lestat just going after him. And look, you got to pick up the pieces at this point in the match. You've been winning the whole time. Now the team's imploding. Take the victory.
Ooh, stiff shot by Latico Blanco.
Oh, man. Blanco taking on some of that frustration that he had after being all these 2-on-1 beatdowns that he's faced over the last 15 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, the world champion, Latico Blanco, ladies.
Does not realize that Lestat is right behind him waiting with that kick.
Yeah, I think he thought sort of like the first fall, he sent him up and over, and he certainly did not go up and over.
Definitely didn't.
Big body splash by Lestat.
Yep. And boom, Lestat. Ooh. And
man, just
damn, we've seen both teams tonight kind of have some aggravation with one another. Chaz Herrera.
But if we're being honest, though, certainly Lestat and Harlekin played their roles much better as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, definitely. We saw those pushes earlier in the match, but after that, it was completely fine. And boom, wow! Jeez, that is a huge, huge man right there to be pulling off something so athletic.
I was going to say pure athleticism by Chaz Herrera, absolutely.
Man, now Harlekin trying to pick up the pieces.
you see that, folks? These guys aren't small guys. That's a 230-pound man up and down the ring.
Wow, that's insane. Harlekin just showing his lucha libre skills at best right here at I Am Wrestling.
Folks, if you're not familiar with lucha libre, look up the Blue Demon. That's who Harlekin reminds me of. Up and down the ring, over and sideways. No wasted movements whatsoever.
Chaz Herrera. Damn. Man.
Absolutely incredible work by Harlekin.
Yeah, but again, Chaz Herrera, savvy and smart. Getting out of the ring when he knows the momentum is not going in his favor. I mean, look, even though the ref made a BS call, Latigo Blanco and Chaz Herrera are still in this matchup right now. Ooh.
Absolutely. Never count out a world champion, especially Latigo Blanco.
No, definitely. Oh, man.
Especially when a world champion hits that hard.
Yep. I mean, those shots will knock any man out. Boom. And Latigo Blanco laying out some of that frustration again. Oh, man. Ugh.
Latigo Blanco is like a bulldozer, man. He runs up and down there. When he hits you, it hurts.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this man is vicious, and he's strong, and he packs a punch. Ooh. And he's also pretty damn athletic, if I don't say so myself.
Absolutely, Jeff. Certainly don't sleep on his athleticism.
And look, earlier in the match, we had 4 men in the ring constantly breaking out. Now 1 man stands tall. Latigo Blanco right there. And tagging his partner, Chaz Herrera, who's now the lone man in the ring.
Well, he doesn't want to be that again because we saw what happened. He got beat down, hurt, and pinned in the second fall.
Yeah, but again, Chaz Herrera, as soon as you give him some time to kind of think this match through, he usually is able to pull out a brilliant strategy, as we've seen previously here at I Am Wrestling.
Well, when you're in a fight, there's not much time to think. Let's be honest with one another here. When you're in a fight, you're there to survive and adapt.
Yeah, I mean, speaking from experience, man, right? There you go, pin. Oh.
Kick out at 2, kick out at 2. That was very close. That would have been it, and Lestat and Harlekin would have walked out of here with a W. Yeah,
I mean, Chaz right now, you know, he's been through a whole hell of a lot this match. Not exactly the energetic kick out that we've been seeing from him earlier on in this match. I mean, Lestat and Harlekin have done a great job of dissecting this team.
Ooh. Yeah, no, what you spoke to earlier, it's a war of attrition right now. The gas tanks are starting to get a little low. Who's got just that little bit more to push through and get this done, get the W?
Oh, man.
Nice running senton by Chaz Herrera.
Great look. Chaz is a smart man. I mean, if they can pick up this fall, all of that early doing in the second and the latter, or the earlier half of the third fall, where Lestat and Harlekin were just beating those two down, that all goes away if Blanco and Herrera right now are able to pull out this victory.
Well, the story being told right here is the physicality and the brute strength of Chaz Herrera going up against the speed, the athleticism of
wow.
Lestat.
Oh, man. Lestat in the wrong corner. Chaz Herrera is pointing out. Oh, man, Harlekin right there. Ooh, vicious spear. Woo. Man.
That was absolutely incredible.
Lestat up at the top.
Wow, 1,
double
2,
pin.
3. Wow. And that is as definitive as it gets, folks. Your winners of the third and final fall, Harlekin and Lestat.
Whoa, Dan, I'm going to correct you again. The third fall or the fourth fall?
Listen, you can go on and on for hours about it. The man in the ring right there is AJ Macias. He's in charge. He just told us right there the third and final fall goes to Harlekin and Lestat.
Yep, the third fall and the fourth fall.
Now, hold on a second here. What's going on in that ring? You got the win, guys.
Yeah, I mean, what a shame it would be for this team to have some issues right now.
I agree. They look fantastic. Even at the very end. Oh! Wait a minute. What the?
No.
No! Harlekin.
Jeez.
No, wait a minute. Here comes Chaz. He just put... Whoa. Don't forget about the world champion. He's at the high rent district here. Look out.
Oh, man. And again.
Well, Dan, what can you say?
Look,
last man standing is the world champion, Latigo Blanco.
He didn't pick up the victory here tonight, but we knew this was going to happen. These teams did not like each other from the rip, and as soon as that bell rang and this match was over, you saw it all explode here in the ring. I mean, but man, these four put on one hell of a show for the people at home.
Well, we always knew it was going to be combustible. whether it was the teams busting up or they were going to go against one another. What we see here is the world champion leaving with his title over his head held high because he's the last man standing. But here's something I have to question here. We've seen all four of these guys. We see the athleticism in tag team match. I think what we're looking at, folks, is a possible fatal four-way coming up soon right here at I Am Wrestling Live.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's next for these four, but that was one hell of a matchup. We saw an insane amount of crazy moves, both lucha and American style, and I mean, you got an unbelievable 2 out of 3 falls match right there.
It was a match like something I've never seen before, folks. It was something that I'll always remember. The athleticism, the pure innovation that we saw this evening is something that you don't see every week. All four of those guys went out there and put on a show. And Lestat right here, giving us a little message. You heard his words right there. He said, I'll be back. I will pay money to see that in a fatal four-way. Are you kidding me? You put four guys that do not like one another in the ring and say there can only be one guy that gets his hand raised, sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And you're only going to see more bad blood. I mean, you saw that match just completely explode after the bell rang. But if we didn't have enough action right there in that 2 out of 3 falls match, ladies and gentlemen, sit down, grab a glass of wine or whatever it is that you need, because coming up is going to be a hardcore match. This is our main event here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like that 2 out of 3 falls match, you're going to absolutely love the hardcore match coming up.
Yeah, it's champion versus champion. You said glass of wine. Grab a cold one, folks. Seriously, that's what you really want on a night like tonight. With all the action, we got a champion versus champion. It is the Urban Empire champion, El Presidente, going up against the European Cruiserweight champion, the Real Mikiel.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than this. My friend, when you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get this ball on the road.
Definitely. Don't ever call me friend again, but I'm ready to go.
Fair enough. Introducing first. He is the Urban Federation champion. He is from Guadalajara, Mexico. El Presidente.
Here he comes.
The thing I say about El Presidente is this. He's got the charisma of the late, great Eddie Guerrero, but the brutality and the viciousness of Conan.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy brings it in the ring. You
Yeah.
see the big smile on his face, but let's be real. El Presidente means business.
Yeah, El Presidente is a ring vet, and he's a vet within this 4 walls. I mean, El Presidente is known as a legend here at KnokX Pro, and this is what we're going to see here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. KnokX Pro Originals facing off here tonight, and it's going to be quite the main event.
Yeah, again, we have champion versus champion. That means they both come in as champion, but only one leaves. One of them leaves as a double champion this evening. It means everything to both of these gentlemen. One person tonight is going to raise 2 belts over their head while the other leaves with nothing.
Look at that right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Urban Empire champion, El Presidente. He was the first man to have held both of the belts tonight here that you're going to see. I mean, this guy's career resume reads like an encyclopedia. The man's done it all in this sport, and he's an absolute incredible competitor to watch. But he's got his hands full right now with the Real Mikiel, his opponent.
I agree with you.
Of course you agree with me. I make great points.
Not all the time.
I think so. There you go. El Presidente, the Urban Empire champ. I mean, this guy means business, and this is going to be one hell of a hardcore match.
And his opponent, he is from Ridgecrest, California. He is the European Cruiserweight champion, the Real Mikiel.
Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen. The Real Mikiel. That is a superstar right there. I mean, take a good look. Look at that ring gear. Look at everything that the Real Mikiel embodies. He's a champion, and he's going to absolutely put on a clinic here. I mean, again, we spoke about earlier how El Presidente is a legend within these 4 walls that make up the KnokX Pro domain. The Real Mikiel is absolutely as well. Both of these men have spent so much time here, have lived so much of their lives for this moment.
Could not agree more. Again, the ego of the Real Mikiel is the one thing you got to keep in check. He is his biggest fan, if you will. So,
hey, if you're as good as Mikiel is, you can be as cocky as Mikiel wants to be. The man carries himself like a champion because guess what? He is a world champion. Look at that.
So is El Presidente.
I never said he wasn't. Maybe you should open your ears a little bit more. Look at that.
Once again, the European Cruiserweight Champion of the world, the Real Mikiel.
Look at the face of El Presidente. He's focused right now.
Champion versus champion, hardcore, no disqualification. This is going to get nasty and in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, and you talk about the history just with these two alone.
There's one in the room.
There you go.
Once again, the Real Mikiel, his own biggest fan.
Letting him.
The Real Mikiel. I'll take my corner when I feel like it.
I like how laser focused El Presidente is.
I like
he knows
how.
the task in front of him. And here we go.
There you go.
Referee AJ Macias once again in charge.
Yep. And we've got quite the match coming up. I mean, this is going to be a war.
Listen, these are two OGs. These are the originals, okay? These two have trained together for many, many years. Their first pro match was against one another.
Right.
So to think that they know one another inside and out is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, and look, you got the stakes as high as they can get. 2 titles on the line and a ton of ego and pride at stake. I mean, in a lot of ways, this represents an entire generation of people who have trained right there in that ring.
I agree. And here we are in 2020 live here at I Am Wrestling, able to see an incredible champion versus champion, no disqualification, hardcore match right here.
And Mikiel, Mikiel letting the rules be known. El Presidente has not said a word, but Mikiel looks just cocky and confident and ready to go. Boom. Great lockup right there. And man, I mean, this match is going to be a war.
I couldn't agree more with you. You know, the strength of Cerrucho versus the athleticism of Mikiel.
Yeah. I mean, El Presidente is he's a champ. Boom. There you go.
Straight brute strength from Presidente.
And why would you turn your back on the Real Mikiel? You can't. Especially when the stakes are this high. You can't be showboating. Look at the Real Mikiel. Boom. Cinching in that headlock. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, get a good look. That's what a champ looks like.
El Presidente come to play game, so however, reverses right into his own side headlock.
Yeah, great reversal there by El Presidente. I think he might have been pulling the hair a little bit, but, we'll give it to him nonetheless. Boom. Shoot him. Ooh. Man. Wow. El Presidente letting Mikiel know who he's dealing with.
Yes, Real Mikiel,
Not very
really.
sportsmanlike. You saw that?
Yeah.
Completely unsportsmanlike. You tell him.
Look, when the Real Mikiel speaks, you have to agree with him. Because what he was saying right there was absolutely true. That was not sportsmanlike. You cannot gloat like that when you are in a match that has this high of stakes. The Real Mikiel, ladies and gentlemen, is a victim of bullying right there. And that's not fair.
Give me a break.
Look.
Is this a hardcore match or is this like, get out, get over yourself?
Look, the Real Mikiel cinching in that headlock and just knows what to do to pick up the W. Again, 2 titles on the line here. El Presidente up, boom. Real Mikiel catches him. And there you go. Oh.
Turnabout fair play there for you.
And the
You seem a little speechless there, Dan. Once again, turnabout fair play there for you.
Look, the Real Mikiel is playing El Presidente like a fiddle. He knows exactly where he wants to have him, and this is all part of the game plan.
Really?
You let him know. The Real Mikiel,
Go ahead.
When he speaks, you listen.
The Real Mikiel hasn't stopped talking since this match started. The focus of El Presidente is what I'm focused on right here.
Watch closely.
There you go, Dan. Take notes and watch closely.
We're going to start again, folks. Here we go.
Man. And the Real Mikiel getting that headlock. And that headlock's been the story of the match right now. Right, Dan?
I agree with you, yeah. But here we go. Reverse right back by El Presidente.
Yeah. I mean, these two are so evenly matched. It's crazy. They've trained together. These two know each other like the back of their hands. I mean,
yeah, when you've been training 9-10 years together, I mean, at this point, you're not going to surprise one another. You're not going to pull something the other doesn't know.
yeah, and that's, I think, how the victory is going to happen. Who's going to surprise who?
Well, and the hyper-athleticism of the Real Mikiel is going to be the difference maker if it's going to go his way.
Hit it again! Hit it again!
Real Mikiel challenging El Presidente to take him to the ground,
I ain't going down!
proclaiming
Me, I'm the best!
he's the
I'm
best.
Real. I'm the champion! What you got?
I think El Presidente has heard enough of the Real Mikiel's talking.
Yeah, I mean, that kick to the gut says nothing different. Boom.
We talked about the theme of the match. The theme so far is El Presidente has got to shut the Real Mikiel
wow.
down.
And look, the Real Mikiel, whether he knew it or not, was telegraphing those moves. Beautiful drop kick again by El Presidente. Ooh.
Well, that's one way to shut him up.
Yeah. I mean, look, El Presidente is trying to do anything he can to get inside the Real Mikiel's head. Real Mikiel, again, playing this game with strategy, gaining his composure outside the ring.
Folks, we remind you, this is a no disqualification hardcore match. There are no count-outs. There are no rules. So what goes on out there, all legal.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that the ref had his hands full in the last match, just wait till this match gets underway.
Uh-oh.
Like, really
Looks
gets
like El
going.
Presidente is going to go for a little bit of the plunder there in the ring.
Man.
Looks like he's pulling out a table.
Yeah, he's absolutely pulling out a table. And this is, I mean, this match is going to pick up real quick, but leaving the Real Mikiel a lot of time to kind of regain his composure, like I said earlier.
Yeah, sometimes that charisma comes back to burn you a little bit.
Definitely. El Presidente trying to get that table into the ring. Real Mikiel just waiting for it to come. I don't even think El Presidente realizes right now.
Yeah, he's stalking his prey, so to speak.
Exactly. And there you go. Boom.
Big boot to the jaw.
You cannot underestimate the Real Mikiel, the ECC champ.
Mikiel!
That's right. You're looking at him, the Real Mikiel, the European Cruiserweight champion.
Ooh.
Oh, you thought?
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Once again, that hyper-athleticism of the Real Mikiel on display for all of you at home and all of our fans at I Am Wrestling Live.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely brutal. Both men down outside the ring, and there's not a damn thing that the ref can do about it. They have to let these two men just tear each other apart.
Listen, we talked previously about the...
I can pin anywhere. That's a three-match. One.
Mikiel going for a pinfall. And, ooh.
He's still talking.
What?
He could commentate his old match,
You
you know what
people
I'm saying?
saw it. That was a three. I want each and every single one of you watching to go in the comments and tell this stupid ref that was a three count.
Ladies and
That was
gentlemen,
a two count.
oh my God.
Whoa.
Whoa. The ref
Whoa.
better get his hands off the Real Mikiel. He
AJ
just,
Macias kind of really
he does
exerting
not,
authority.
he does not know who he's dealing with. Ladies and gentlemen, comment 3 in the comments because that was a 3.
Get up. Da, 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 da. Ah. Da, 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 da,
Vicious
da.
chair shot to the very spine of El Presidente.
The
Mikiel.
Real Mikiel playing this match
Line it up for
exactly.
number 2 here.
Yep.
Go!
Let's go.
Ah, the viciousness of that chair shot to the spine.
Man, I thought Mikiel should have went for a third to get that 3 count that he
One way
wanted.
This match is ending, folks. One way, and that's if he goes down.
There you go. Real Mikiel letting it be.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
I mean, he may be unconscious. That was literally direct on the skull.
Wow.
That was a street sign to the forehead. Look at how it's bent.
Jeez, and you see the Real Mikiel showing off that sign like it's almost like a prize. This man means business, and he wants
Look out,
to
look
win.
out.
Oh! Jeez.
Just vicious, bringing it. And he's going for more plunder. He's going for more.
Oh, my God.
If that wasn't enough, no cover. We talked about it in the last match. There was a lot of hate, a lot of animosity. What we're seeing in this match, that's been ramped up to 10.
Yeah, Mikiel doing exactly what he can in this match. It's a hardcore match. He's got to take every advantage that he can, and he is. I don't know how El Presidente is moving.
I don't either. I think he could be knocked out cold from that shot to the forehead.
I mean, those were 4 vicious shots right there.
Somehow, El Presidente has made it to his knees.
Look, not the smartest move in the world. The Real Mikiel has had this match won. He's got to stay down.
Oh! Right off the skull, that Urban Empire Championship belt.
The Real Mikiel wants it. He's got his eyes locked and loaded on the prize, and he has got his prey stalked to the best of his abilities. I mean, Mikiel could go for a chair shot, a cover, excuse me, anytime he wants it. Oh!
Right to the lower spine right there.
And
this, at this point, El Presidente's got to gain a little bit of momentum. Otherwise, this is a beatdown. This is absolutely one-sided right now. The Real Mikiel is taking control, and he's not going to let up.
Yeah, I can't believe that El Presidente even was able to get a kick in.
Tell them upstairs to shut up so they can hear me talking. I'm the Real Mikiel.
There you go, Dan. Mikiel's telling you to shut up so everyone at home can hear what he has to say.
Buddy, you were the one talking. He didn't interrupt me.
Man, El Presidente got that sign right there. Oh.
Well, that quite figuratively and literally put a stop to the momentum of the Real Mikiel.
Man,
Stop sign off.
Really in cover right there. Ooh.
Wow.
Kick out.
Wow.
Mikiel, look, it's going to take a whole hell of a lot more to put Mikiel away. That man is tough as nails.
That was incredible. A stop sign right off the top of the forehead. He's going for another cover. He thinks he's out.
Boom. New Mikiel kick out. But that kick out definitely a little less enthusiastic than the previous one.
I agree. That was a much more labored kick out.
Yeah, Mikiel's definitely got his work cut out for him right now. But I know he's going to pull through in this match. I know it.
Well,
boom.
Below the belt.
Brilliant.
Imagine that.
Plan.
The Real Mikiel going a little low.
You know what?
There you go.
Oh!
Man.
2 for good measure, folks.
Dan, and I know you don't know what that feels like, but it hurts, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody stop! Red light, green light, huh?
Looks like he's going to give El Presidente a
Oh, my God.
there's no, he's out. He's out.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Just because he's out doesn't mean the punishment stops. In the Real Mikiel's world, the punishment's just getting started.
I'm absolutely speechless. I don't know how El Presidente is going to continue.
He's not moving. Our referee in charge, AJ Macias, has to make sure he's still here with us.
If I were Mikiel, I'd just go for the cover.
Okay, well, we've got a little movement coming out of El Presidente here.
I think he needs a break, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Mikiel's right.
El Presidente, you got this, man. Come on.
Wow, Mikiel just mocking El Presidente, spitting salt in the wound.
What you got?
The pure ego is going to be the downfall of the Real Mikiel, folks.
Dan, I have no idea how El Presidente is even moving right now. He's been laid out with so many shots right to the skull.
I couldn't agree more with it. I have no idea. The man is not human. He has got to have a bionic brain. Literally, he's been hit twice over the head with the vicious shots.
Oh, man. And then Mikiel, again, calculated, boom. Neckbreaker right there. Mikiel, great movement. And he knows he's got to keep this kind of momentum going that he has right now.
Well, the thing is, both men are down now.
Yeah.
Very last cover. 1, 2. Oh! Big kick out by Presidente. And almost like he's getting his second wind here, folks.
Yeah, and it looked like it took everything Mikiel had to even get that cover. These two men have been through hell over these last 15 minutes.
It's just been absolutely incredible, folks. Again, if you love what you're seeing, find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are KnokX Pro Entertainment, and this is I Am Wrestling Live.
There's so much passion, so much emotion in this match because these two do know each other so well. And oh man! Mikiel going for a submission with that pole.
Oh my God.
El Presidente has to tap out. There's nothing he can do besides tap out. Oh my God, how is he hanging in there?
Well, here's the thing. There are no rope breaks in the hardcore match.
God.
Wherever he's reaching to, there's
He's
nowhere to
passed
reach
out.
to, El Presidente.
El Presidente's passed out. Look.
Really? Just give up already.
I know
Quit. It's
The frustration has officially set in
I know
for the Real Mikiel.
I know Mikiel's frustrated, but he could have went for the cover right there. El Presidente was out, and that's going to keep him down.
The heart of El Presidente cannot be understated, folks. Most men would have been done, but he is somehow, some way, willing himself back to a vertical base.
Yeah, I mean,
Incredible.
El Presidente definitely gained my respect here tonight, even though I think he's got to be out of his mind to try and keep going against the Real Mikiel. I mean, Mikiel's just been so vicious and so on this entire match.
You know, for some of those fans that are familiar with this, the Real Mikiel used to go by Maverick. This is the most aggressive I've seen him since the Real Mikiel returned here recently.
Yeah, I mean, he is a different competitor, ladies and gentlemen. This guy means business. And
There's
you
a certain
can
nastiness about it, a certain viciousness that you spoke about briefly. You know, it's not just about the win. It's about inflicting the punishment. It's about making sure that when El Presidente leaves here tonight, he leaves in pain.
I mean, no doubt about it, that's going to happen. El Presidente withstand so much punishment in this match.
Look out. Look out.
Oh, wow. And that is a game changer right there, ladies and gentlemen. El Presidente DDT right there onto that street sign, and that thing is solid metal, driving Mikiel's skull right into that sign. And, man, that's going to make a level playing field, but neither man has moved.
Well, you bring up a good point. I was going to tell you, how much more gas does El Presidente have in the tank right now? I think that DDT was the Hail Mary. That was the, I'm going for it on 4th and 15, and I get 16 yards, but suddenly neither man's moving.
Yeah, definitely a Hail Mary by El Presidente.
But here we go. El
Wow.
Presidente back to his knees first. He's going for a cover. It looks like 1,
Smart cover.
2. Oh!
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was 2 3/4. My God, how much closer can you get?
Yeah.
We spoke briefly about the heart of El Presidente. Right back at the Real Mikiel, his heart on full display for each and every one of you at home.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, these two men want one thing more than anything else in the world right now, and that is to win. They have to prove it to everyone at home, and more importantly, they have to prove it to each other.
Oh, big Luthez press. Oh. Laying in the rights, El Presidente.
Yeah, and I don't know where he got the energy for that Luthez press right there. Boom,
God,
big
this
leg
is the
drop.
reserve tank of gas right here. Going for another cover. 1, 2.
Wow.
Oh, again. 2 3/4.
El Presidente showing so much heart. I don't know where that came from. Because
I mean,
this
he's
man
looking up to the heavens saying to the wrestling gods, what do I have to do to put the Real Mikiel away this evening?
Yeah, I mean, El Presidente is just, I don't know how he has this much left in the tank. I have no idea. Oh, man. And Mikiel, oh!
That hit its spot. Oh!
Go for the cover. Boom. Hook in the
1,
leg. 2.
Oh!
What?
No!
Really? Are you kidding me?
The frustration is warranted. These
Yeah.
two men have told us two things this evening. Passion on full display. The relentlessness of both El Presidente and the Real Mikiel cannot be understated, folks.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, these two men have put their bodies on the line. They put everything on the line in that ring to hold those two titles. I mean, what can Real Mikiel do right now?
What's so incredible is that he still has this bit of energy left. The pain that both of these men have inflicted on one another is unbelievable, folks.
Yeah, it definitely is. Mikiel wrenching that face lock in right
Okay,
there.
he's calling it. He said he's had enough.
Oh, man. Oh!
Hey.
Wow.
Oh, boy. And look where the Real Mikiel landed. That is a precarious position, folks.
Precarious to say the least, Dan, and El Presidente going up high. Look, kudos to El Presidente for having this much left in the tank.
We don't normally see El Presidente going up top,
No
but
way.
this goes again.
Oh, my God!
Oh! It's got to be a 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable. Your winner, and now the Urban Empire Champion and the European Cruiserweight Champion of the World, El Presidente.
I'm absolutely speechless. I mean, he was the first man to ever hold both those titles, and now he's holding both of them simultaneously. And honestly, well-deserved, even though I think the Real Mikiel should have picked up the victory right there earlier on in the match. But what a battle, Dan.
What heart was on display this evening. What amazing passion we just saw from two of the very best in this business. What you see in that ring is not just a dual champion. It's the pride. It's the fact that he can go home tonight and say he inflicted pain on the Real Mikiel.
Yeah, I mean, El Presidente, that was a tough, hard-fought battle. I'm absolutely speechless. I mean,
we can't understate the lineage of the European Cruiserweight Championship either. Folks like Juventud Guerrero, Jack Evans, Pac, all those great athletes that have held that title now is in the possession of one El Presidente.
Yep, and El Presidente was the first man to hold both of those titles, and now he's got both of them simultaneously.
It's got to feel good, but I mean, the war he went through, you have to wonder when's the next time we're going to see him, because both gentlemen here tonight are going to leave here bruised and battered.
Yeah, I mean, that is an understatement, honestly, because those two men threw everything but the kitchen sink at each other to pick up that victory. I mean, who really won that match?
Well, at the end of the day, all you have to do is survey the ring right now. There is just broken tables, street signs, bent poles, everything and more. These two gentlemen went to war. They came out here with a purpose. Both of them came in as champion. Tonight, El Presidente is leaving as a double champion.
Yeah, absolutely. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The man with both titles. El Presidente leaving nothing but carnage in that ring and walking out a dual champion.
Absolutely incredible stuff. I spoke to El Presidente beforehand, and I spoke briefly about that charisma that he oozes out inside of him. I know all of his fans at home, all the I Am Wrestling Live fans are rejoicing in the fact that he put down the Real Mikiel, because the story of the match, let's be real, the Real Mikiel never stopped.
The Real Mikiel not wanting any help getting outside the ring, and there's a real champion, ladies and gentlemen. At no matter the cost, not willing to walk out with anyone else's help. Kudos
you said real
to you,
champion.
Real
He's
Mikiel.
Not leaving with the belt tonight, folks.
Yeah,
he's beltless.
That's a little bit of a robbery, if I say so
Oh, come
myself.
on. That top rope splash made sure to secure El Presidente as your Urban Empire champion and your European Cruiserweight champion.
Look, I'm not going to lie. That top rope splash was insane and nothing like I've seen here at I Am Wrestling. I mean, this whole match was nothing like what we've seen here at I Am Wrestling.
Absolutely. It was the most physically demanding, most vicious, and honestly, the bad blood was there, but we didn't know we were going to see that. Tonight, they really took it to one another. They said, there's levels to the game, and we're just going to go to level 10 tonight, and you folks at home got to witness it right alongside myself and Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. Two veterans within these four walls, duking it out and seeing who's best, and man, did they ever go to war. I mean, that was as tough of a fought battle as I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm still at shock. I mean, look at the ring behind us. You can survey the carnage right there. Tables, street signs, chairs, everything you could think of, those men put their bodies through to come out tonight with a victory.
And it can't be understated. Both of those gentlemen have to go home. Both of them have to go and lick their wounds, so to speak. But one is going to go home to the jacuzzi with two belts over each shoulder. The Urban Empire champion and the European Cruiserweight champion. And that's going to be El Presidente. He's got a long night ahead, and he's got two belts to go with it. So once again, congratulations, El Presidente. You really did prove yourself this evening, and congratulations.
Yeah, and I mean, what a night it's been here at the KnokX Pro domain. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we do not stop. You saw the action. You saw the carnage. 4 falls that we just witnessed, and we don't stop there because it's just Tuesday, and you know what happens on Friday at 11 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, live on Facebook and wherever podcasts are, the Rikishi Driver podcast, the WWE Hall of Famer going to give all his thoughts on everything going on in the wrestling world, and certainly going to give his thoughts on the matchup we just saw here tonight.
Folks, in a world dominated by podcasts, there's only one that you certainly need to be listening to, and it's every Friday at 11 on the West, 2 on the East Coast. It is the Rikishi Driver Podcast. Do not miss it.
Yeah, and Dan, I think that's one of the only things that me and you agree on, but we will both be back here next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., another edition of I Am Wrestling, and this time we have a Santino Brothers showcase. It's going to be an absolute war. We're seeing Vinny Wasco against the unholy ruler, Hyde.
Well, listen, we would be remiss if we didn't bring up the ladies last week from Santino Brothers, Milo Matters and Viva Van. They certainly put on quite the show along with the MK Twins. We'd be remiss if we didn't say MK Twins. It probably was a long ride home, but we certainly hope you figured out what the miscommunication was last week. But moving forward, Santino Brothers, you have the bar's been set for you by those 2 ladies last week, and they tore the house down. And we'd certainly look forward to inviting you here to the world-famous KnokX Pro domain next week.
Yep. Again, ladies and gentlemen, next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Mark your calendars because you see the product that we bring to you each and every week. It's the absolute best wrestling in the world, which brings me to my next point. If you want to be a part of the movement, if you want to be a part of the most organic, the most important thing going on in professional wrestling, I Am Wrestling. Keep us going, ladies and gentlemen, because we are by wrestling fans, for wrestling fans. We are as organic as it gets. We're on the ground level, and we come to you each and every week, so be a part of it. Donate on Cash App or Venmo, and if you have a brand that aligns with the product that we bring in today, don't be afraid to email the sponsorship email below as well. I mean, Dan, we've got an insane matchup here tonight. We saw it. I can't wait to watch it again. But again, this is I Am Wrestling.
I don't think I can add anything to that, folks. If you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight, everything Dan just said and more, find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you may find us. You may find us on YouTube. Watch us back every night of the week. Our entire archive is available and free to you. For the cold one, Dan Brady, this is Dan, the man that puts G in Gordon Soley. We wish you all a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good night.